What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the second drop of my track, GOAT. I'm going to be showing you all the different elements that make up this drop here and what makes it sound so freaking cool. Before we get started, just a couple of notes here. The sound shop at thelitlords.com/soundshop is on sale. Every sample pack, every sound pack, preset pack, it's all on sale for $25 until December 1st. So if there's been a pack that you've been waiting on to get all year, now's the best time to get it at the best price. Get over there, litlords.com. So let's hop into it. This is the second drop. Go. Let's rock it. Everybody wants this. Everybody. Now let's get into the part you're all waiting for here, the synth section. You'll notice all the low end is actually coming from the sub, which is in the bass section. Now I'm going to play that with the bass section so you have better context. So there it is. Now let's open it up here and get a taste of each of these different elements. So first off, we have our first screech section, which is here, S1, which is playing these movement screeches, right? And that's just using an auto pan. I've got an auto pan, 74% dry wet at 16th notes, which is da 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 da. And the offset is set at 140 degrees, which is like your swing. So it's like how on and off the grid is this going to be wobbling, right? So now the final result was, if you tighten it, so I found the sweet spot at 74%. So that's what S1 is doing, right? It's a three-piece combo, one playing down the middle, 135 to the right, and 135 to the left, and it just creates this nice, thick, wide screech. Now, that's being paired with another set of screeches in S2, which is playing sort of the pop screeches. So that's the pop screeches. Now play these together, S1 with S2, and you get this. Play it with the drums for context. And you'll notice that the high screeches with the auto pan on them are playing at a higher octave, and then the pop screeches are able to cut through the mix because they're playing at a lower octave. You know, it's all about division. Now, let's take the screeches off and move into the actual synths here, sort of the sustains and whatnot. So let's kind of play that here, just soloed with the drums. So that's a two-piece combo here of these sustains. So here's sustain 1, which is the grit, the mid-range of it. And then you have the sound 2, sustain 2. Now this is playing the harmonics of it, right? So you've got your main mid-range foundational synth, which is the sustain right there, which is this one. And then you play that with this one, which is playing the tonality and the harmonics of the sound. And you play them together now. You got something that sticks out in the mix that's really thick and nice, right? Now, you'll notice, let's make sure here, made these sounds in Serum, as you can see. And one of them is playing in mono, and the other sound is actually playing with a unison of 2, so it's kind of detuned to give you this subtle stereo effect. So the first sound, the foundational sound here, is playing in mono. And that's just the basic FM from B method here, oscillator A, oscillator B, with one oscillator B's got basic shapes on it, and with the FM from B technique with a Puma wavetable, and the LFO's at 2 bars, making it sort of, hit the sustain. And yeah, I mean, this is pretty much how it's made. It's nothing, not rocket science here. The only thing on the effects section is just the compressor with multiband, just to give it some girth and some volume. The next sound is pretty much the same thing. This first thing I usually do is if I'm looking for a different tone, I'll change the oscillator A to something that's more fitting or something that catches my ear, and then I'll change the unison to 2 so I can start experimenting with that subtle detune effect to see what sounds good with the first sound, right? Same thing, FM from B, basic shape technique. Play them together now. Really, really cool. So those are the two sounds. And you know, you play that together with the overall sort of synth section. And that's GOAT. There it is. Nothing crazy, just having fun, and simple sounds come together to create awesome things. That's GOAT. If you have any questions about the track or want to see more, I did a full breakdown of the track on my Patreon at patreon.com/litlords, where you can see the first drop breakdown, and you can see other elements like some of the hip hop sections broken down. But yeah, that's been it. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time. Boom.